Hello there, YD Nation. I am going to do a video who I'm looking pretty forward to. This is going to be my list of things I want to do before I die. I know, a bit morbid, but hey, whatever. You never know when death's gonna come. Especially in this crazy world, right? So, I'm going to do this video. Currently using my phone since it's the best camera I got. So, bear with me. Let's see, got the list pulled up here on my laptop, so I'll just read it off. I got a total of 50 things on it, so I'll read 50 down to number 1. Shouldn't take too long. Not like I'm gonna spend too much time explaining each one. I drew the list out some years ago, but when I started reading over it, I realized some of it seemed kind of repetitive, so I just kept the important ones and changed a few. You know, add in some new stuff, things I hadn't already done, and combined a few that sounded like they were repetitive of something else I had already seen. But instead of talking about it, let's get on to the one I made, or rather revised earlier. Starting at 50, I want to give humanity a better future by doing something I haven't done. No, not doing something I haven't done before. Doing something that no one's ever done before. Not entirely sure what it is yet, but I do have some ideas. And this channel is a first step. After all, I'm using this to help people. And also help myself. Number 49. I want to travel to Venezuela. More specifically, to Catatumbo River. Because there's a rare phenomenon there that doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. An endless lightning storm that happens a majority of the year. One scientist can't explain why it goes on for so long and only stops for maybe a couple of weeks throughout an entire year. So I want to go and see that. As for number 48, I want to climb Mount Roraima. It's a very tall mountainside cliff. Normally, it'd be impossible to climb. Well, I guess when you really look at it, it is kind of impossible to climb. I'm to the very height of it, considering what it actually is. But I want to do it. From what I saw, the view up there is unlike anything else. And the typical way to get to the very top will be to take a helicopter or some other kind of method of flight. But I want to climb it. And since that's what I want to do, I gotta do it. Besides, making it to the top by climbing the whole thing makes it seem like the view's gonna be a lot more worth it that way. 47. Become successful and rich at a relatively young age. I don't think that needs too much going over. As far as relatively young age goes, I guess I'm put the time limit on 35. Why? Probably because I said that I'd probably have a kid by 35. When people keep asking me, do I want kids? I'd be like, not before 35, or rather, 35 is probably gonna be the limit. Something like that. That is what I usually said, so 35 would be relatively young enough. 46. Go to Pump Mountain Forest. Might have messed that up. Pound Pound? Whatever. P-A-I-M-P-O-N-T Force. Let's go with that. We'll call it Hippimpont Forest. It's supposed to be here where Merlin, the great wizard from all those Legends of Arthur stories, it's supposed to be his resting place. Supposedly. So I figured if such an amazing place Hayes actually is his resting place, I might as well check it out, right? For anyone who doesn't know, I'm pretty big on mythology. And magic in general. I want to know everything there is. There are secrets to this world that conventional method in science can't explain. After all, that's what the Age of Gods was for, right? The gods were like a scapegoat. Whenever humans couldn't figure something out, could easily blame the gods, call it their wrath or something. Even if it wasn't always the case. There are still secrets in this world that science has yet to explain, and I want to understand it all. And besides, myths and legends are just stories that someone came up with, right? But every story and myth has to have a grain of truth in it somewhere. And when you start adding them all together and you start seeing too many similarities, can't just ignore it, right? 45. Help change someone's life for the better. Don't know how, but some way, somehow, I want to help someone. Make their life better. Anyone in particular person, any one random person. Doesn't matter. I know, it may sound like number 50 at first, but this is more specified to an individual rather than and the whole entire race of humanity now, isn't it? 44. I want to live in the UK for a while. Not for a long period of time, just for a short bit. There's something in the UK I want to accomplish. I'm not going to go too big in details on it. Maybe in a future video when I'm actually living there for a bit. 43. Tell all my crazy life stories, or maybe not even all crazy, easy life stories, but sometimes all the crazy dreams I be having too. Boy, do I have crazy dreams. Normally they try to kill me. Those are the ones I typically remember the most. Even been writing those down just to make sure I don't forget them. A lot of the times after a while my dreams actually start to come true in real life. Call it prophecy or whatever, but I call it more like remembering things backwards. I think my dreams are just as trying to tell me I'm remembering things out of order whenever they come to life like that. Like exactly like they happen in my dreams. Not all of them come true, especially the super crazy one. More like those are just peering into someone else's life. But they're interesting stories all the same. 42. Participate in a major card fight tournament. Something that could be worldwide. Like the Bushiroad Championship Cup. Card fight Vanguard is something I do for fun. And I really enjoy the game. I actually started playing it during my first year of college.
I was interested in it before then, but I didn't know any place that sold cards, so... And I happened to go to a college in a very small town where there was actually one comic shop that also sold old card games, and alongside it, Card Fight Vanguard, which is exactly where I got the start from it. That was a couple of years ago, so haven't lost it yet. I'm good, but I've yet to take part in any major tournaments. So, that's what I want to do. From there, we move on to the next one. 41. Get recognized as a world-class pro card fighter. I got the skills, but I need to prove that I got what it takes on a worldwide stage. Thus, 42. Let's see. Number 40. Studying a history and myth. Mostly, those in relation to magic. Like I said, I'm real interested in that type of stuff. So, studying it only seems to be the natural response, right? Learn everything I can from every part of the world. 39. Take part in a pride celebration. Let's see. Bisexual would be the easiest thing to call me. I have no real preference for male or female. Actually, gender never really mattered to me. Women are fun, but so are men. I don't really care which one I end up with at the end of a life. Oh well. I hate limitations, so limiting my sexuality is kind of stupid, don't you think? I won't stand anyone who tries to limit me. This world has too many amazing things and too many amazing people in it for there to be such things as limitations. To have limits is to try and hold yourself back. And to categorize people is to discriminate. I won't do either. It's just not me. I've lived way too long and had way too many experiences for that. 38. Find someone who I can spend the rest of my life with. Romantically, platonically, doesn't matter. Just someone who I can count on and live with. That I know will be there to the end of my days. 37. Rather simple one, but still need it. Learn how to cook. I can do breakfast menu items, or I could cook a store-bought pizza, or cook some chicken. But anything past that I'm kind of completely useless with, so when I say learn how to cook, I mean learn anything else. 36. Go to New York. Simple, but hey. New York's one of the most popular places in the world, right? Makes sense I'd want to go there. At some point. Number 35. Get a pet. I've never had one before. Well, I guess technically I have, except it wasn't really a pet since I never actually kept it in a house or anything. It was actually just the wild turtle. Me and my cousin found one visiting my grandma's some years ago, back when we were still children. Found it, kind of took care of it for a little while. set it off into the wild. Well, we set it off into the wild for 5 minutes on our way back and turned right around to grab it. And that mug was gone. Turtles are a lot faster than you think. We combed that area good and that turtle was gone after 5 minutes. Sad story. I don't even think we named him. Or did we name him? If we named him, it was probably something lame. It doesn't matter. Getting off topic. 34. Meet all types of different people. Now that can be interpreted in a number of ways, but it doesn't matter how you interpret it, the end result's the same. Meet a variety of different peoples through all types of different means. Everyone's unique in their own way, so meeting different types of people should come easily if you just keep going around the world and seeing new places and experience new things, right? 33. This will be a little weird, but I want to try becoming a bartender and or a stripper, just for the experience, nothing more. Maybe weird, but hey, something I want to do, try and understand people, 32. Meet a famous person. Yeah, I'm sure people meet famous people all the time without realizing it, so when I say meet a famous person, I actually mean meet a famous person who I actually know to be famous. Like, I could look at them and just know they're famous. Someone everyone would know is famous. 31. Fly. Just that simple, straightforward, no need to go into details. 30. Jump out of a plane. Hey, this is 50 things I want to do before I die. I gotta do something I normally wouldn't do on a daily basis, so jump out of a plane seems logical enough. 29. See the pyramids. Making a whole trip to Africa. Doesn't matter which part of Africa, but more specifically, gotta go to Egypt. Cairo, wherever. Want to see the pyramids. Ever since I was a kid, I've been fascinated. Hated to learn a lot about the Egyptian culture. So it only makes sense that I'd put this on the list somewhere. 28. Another thing I've been interested in since childhood. Going to Brazil. But for this one, I'm more specifically talking about going to Carnival in Rio de Janeiro. If there's one place in the world that knows how to party, it's them. And the best party all year round is at Carnival. So, I want to make sure I go and see it at least once. Now, number 27. Serious moment. Serious face. Work out all my deeply seated issues. Yes, even I have deep issues that I still need to resolve. Well, next one. 26. This comes back to number 33 with the whole bartender stripper thing for understanding people. But this one is just me basically confirming it. I need to try and understand people a lot better than I currently do. Simple, straightforward, and that's pretty much what this is. 25. Talked about it a little in my reintroduction video, but I want to own my own business. A place where people can practice what they want to. do what they want to ensure the future that they want. Someplace that will make them far more interesting than the society wants them to be. To learn all they can, no holds barred. Focus exactly what it is they want on for their future without having to go through anything else that doesn't relate. Doesn't matter what it is. That's the kind of business I want to run. The kind of place I want to create for other people. 24. I want to sing on a stage with no fear, no doubt. Not the best singer, but I figured I might as well give singing a shot. Hide on a stage for somebody, people, whatever, without any fear whatsoever. 23. Go to a Comic-Con or a PAX-Con. Bit of a geek. So, gotta go to one. Preferably both, though. 22. Cosplay. Halloween's my favorite time of year, so costumes, no problem. But I've never cosplayed, not once in my life. So, gotta put it on the list. 21. Become a professional dancer. I've had another YouTube channel some years back. Don't really post there anymore. Stopped, like I said, some years back. But I am a dancer, so... And it's been a while since I've actually danced, so... Guess I'll have to get back to doing that and putting some videos on here now, since this is my main channel. Don't really use the other one anymore. You can comment below if you want to know the name of my other channel from all those years ago, although I can't guarantee too much. But hey, everyone starts somewhere, right? 20. I want to meet real-life superheroes, or RLSH for short. I want to meet them. All the different kinds that are around the world. There are a lot here in the US. There are some in other countries. He's around the world as well. I want to meet them. Number 19. Go to Mardi Gras. Now I could go to Mardi Gras anywhere, but for this one, I want to go to New Orleans. If I'm going to celebrate Mardi Gras, I want my very first one to be in a place where the best Mardi Gras happens. And that's New Orleans. It's the greatest place in the world to celebrate Mardi Gras. So, if I'm going to celebrate it even once, it's going to be there.